Hello and welcome to the LCTV News sponsored by Columbia Insurance. I'm Mukala Kabongo. In this edition of the LCTV News, City of Lynn receives lead paint funding, Lynn Police Christmas party, waterfront groundbreaking, sit down with Lieutenant Paul Ricchi, and more. Last week, the City of Lynn was awarded $600,000 in Healthy Homes supplemental funding as part of the $9.3 million in HUD lead-based paint hazard control funding. The funding went towards lead paint removal treatment for homes throughout the City of Lynn. Mayor McGee, along with Congressman Seth Moulton and other officials, toured one of the homes that received lead paint removal treatment. Lead poisoning is the #1 environmental health threat to children in Massachusetts. On Monday, a 3-car accident has left at least one person injured, according to Lynn Police Department. Around 10 p.m., Lynn Police responded to a crash. The only details on the crash was that it was a bad crash. The cause of the crash remains under investigation by the state police. Last week, 2 overnight fires broke out in the city. The fires began Monday night and went on until Tuesday morning. The fires occurred on Glenwood Road and on Newhall Street. The fire on Glenwood Road was caused by an electrical issue. According to Fire Captain Joseph Zukas, the fire was caused by extension cords that were in the shed. While working on extinguishing the Glenwood Road fire, another fire broke out on Newhall Street. This fire, according to Captain Zukas, was caused by careless disposal of cigarettes. No one was hurt or displaced in each of the fires. Last week, during the City of Lynn's Board of Health meeting, a discussion of an increase in health fees was a topic that will impact the city. Here's some of the highlights from the meeting.
Working on redoing those tattoo regulations. Yeah. The reason why we've held off on coming back to you is because NEHAR is putting out a model set of updated regulations to include like microblading and stuff. So we're kind of waiting for that to come out and see how much of it is similar to what we've done. But when we do vote to establish new tattoo regulations, an apprentice program will be established in Lynn, and we'll need to set a fee for an apprentice permit. So we have 4 types of food permit, a type 1 being a low risk permit, a type 2 being low to mid risk permit, type 3 being mid to high for our special populations, and type 4 being our high risk permits. Obviously a high risk permit would be the highest kind of permit that we have. Like that's like your Rollies, your Tonys, Rossettis, Blue Ox, Rincon on Liberty Street, those places. And I also thought we should break them out by whether they're annual, seasonal, or temporary, because we do have some temporary events where they're making high-risk food.
To watch the full Board of Health meeting, visit the LCTV website and click on the video on demand. Groundbreaking for the Lynn waterfront project occurred last Wednesday, and some Lynn residents voiced their displeasure for the project. LCTV was on the scene and spoke with those who opposed the project.
Here we are live at the Lynnway at the Callahan construction site, where we're demonstrating against tax and insurance fraud and the exploitation of immigrant workers. We're being paid cash, and the area residents of Lynn will never be able to afford to live here. Affordable housing, tax breaks, Delbrook, Procopio are doing it, and now Callahan's came to Lynn to do it. Hold your politicians accountable. Make them do what's right. We will see you on Election Day. Ho, 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 and happy holidays.
Who's the rat?
Callahan's the rat.
They can go years without doing anything.
This project here on the Lynnway represents a big step in the vision for the future of the community of Lynn. we have a problem with how they've done it. They've had the residents give a tax exemption to this project, and then they hired a contractor who uses subcontractors who frequently misclassify workers so that they can evade taxes and insurances and protections. And we really have a problem that our officials have made the residents complicit in tax fraud and wage theft.
I'm Isaac Simon Hodes. I'm here with the group from Lynn United for Change outside of the 254 Lynnway development. We're here because we want development in our city, but we want it to be development that works for all of us. We want development that does not just benefit developers and put their profits before everything else. We want development that's inclusive. So that means instead of 300 plus luxury apartments that are completely out of reach for Lynn households and working class people, we want 20% of the apartments in this building, in this project, to be affordable for low and moderate income people in Lynn. We want the developer, instead of using a contractor that's known to be irresponsible and not respect worker rights, we want to see them using contractors that provide good pay with benefits and that don't exploit their workers and dodge their taxes. So we want development, but we want it to be beneficial for all of us. That's why we're here today.
Two new officers were sworn into the Lynn Police Department last week, and LCTV was on hand for the ceremony at City Hall.
I was a police officer in Nahat for 13 years, and it's just a transfer over to my home city. After I got a couple days of training, and then I'll be, I think my first shift is Friday.
It's a great city. I was born and raised here, and my grandfather was a cop. His brother was a cop. My uncle was a cop, and their mother was the first woman police officer in the city. So it's been a McDermott on the police force for quite a few years. Yeah. So
I'm going to do my very best, and that's about it.
yeah, I'm looking forward to helping people, the community, all the citizens of Lynn, all the students, anyone that I come in contact with.
I state your name.
I, Ryan McDermott,
Do solemnly swear.
do solemnly swear
That I will uphold.
that I will uphold,
Affirm and defend.
affirm, and defend
The Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. This is a perfect oath.
Thank you.
The Knights of Columbus held its annual Toys for Tots fundraiser, and LCTV was in attendance.
Give you a reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around. I said, give you a reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around. Said I don't want to leave you lonely. You gotta make me change my mind.
Hi, my name's Carissa Wheeler, and I'm running a Toys for Tots fundraiser event tonight to raise money for Toys for Tots for the children who don't get toys on Christmas. This is our second year doing the fundraiser, but hopefully it's going to be a lot bigger this year. So we have almost up to 30 raffles, including like a Chromebook, 6 dozen lobsters, tons of gift cards, lottery trees. We have a 50-50 raffle going on. We have the Finding Dimes, which is an amazing band here tonight. We have the bar and a bunch of buffet food.
The City of Lynn held a dedication ceremony at Pennucci Square last Friday, and LCTV was on the scene.
I want to extend a special thanks to Dave Solimini and Bill McDonald, whose idea it was to rededicate the square in honor of my brother. Both have gone out of their way to make this happen. All I was told was to show up, and I got to tell you, I am overwhelmed by the crowd that is here, and I can't thank you people enough for being here. My co-workers at work, neighbors from the past, friends, politicians, and everyone. It's like they said, the Brickyard is a special place. I also want to thank Lynn's veteran agent, Mike Sweeney, and I already said it, thank you to all of you for taking your time and attending this rededication ceremony in honor of my brother, Corporal Peter J. Pennucci. At the conclusion of the ceremony, which has been told 1,000 times because there's a lot of food, everyone is invited back to the Italian Club, which is on Harbor Street, which is the next block over if you take a right. And again, I want to thank also, I was supposed to say this at the club, but I'm sure it's going to be loud. I want to thank Jerry Raffaelli and Fausto Ricciardi for all their time, work, and effort for what we have down there at the club. Thank you all again.
LCTV was also in attendance for the Knights of Columbus Christmas Craft Fair Kids Christmas Party over the weekend at the Knights of Columbus. Proceeds from the Christmas party will go towards Lynn charities and churches.
Hi, I'm Robert McIsaac. I'm the Grand Knight at the Lynn Knights of Columbus. We're here at the craft fair, the Christmas craft fair and kids party. And what this is an annual event where we get vendors to pay for their tables. So all the money goes to our charities, such as My Brother's Table and Habitat for Humanity and different things like that. And we have tables here like Tastefully Simple, Winfrey's Fudge, all sorts of different things. And we're doing a raffle, and we have food, and kids come down to take pictures of the Santa. Thank you.
The 16th annual Women's Solidarity Breakfast took place this past Saturday at the Lynn Neighborhood Housing Authority, and LCTV spoke with the organizers.
We are the Women's Committee of the North Shore Labor Council. We are a group of unions and non-union members that organize around work issues, social justice issues.
The idea is for us to figure out how we can work together to get to accomplish the things that matter to us and to help each other.
So we organize around issues, and we take this opportunity to come together with more women to build collective power, to listen to different struggles and obstacles and see how we collectively can address those issues. And this year theme is Forging Pathways.
There are so many people, and there's so many people that don't realize how many people are in need, people that don't have what they deserve to have. We're being taken advantage of by the wealthy that get the tax breaks while we have to struggle.
We have many challenges because we are women, because the labor laws, because we are immigrants. So we kind of want to address those issues and obstacles by collecting, by collective power, and trying to organize around issues that so we can build a better, future for our kids and a better pathways for women in general.
We work very hard to try to make sure that we include as many different people as possible. We always have translation for Spanish speakers. We would love to expand that to other languages too. and we just try to make sure that we include everybody from all different walks of life, all women.
December 16th was Victory Day, a national holiday commemorating Bangladesh's victory in the Bangladesh Libertarian War in 1971. LCTV was on location at City Hall for the flag-raising ceremony to commemorate this historical day.
First of all, thank you to Honorable Mayor Tom McGill, City of Lynn. Thank you to city official, Lynn City Fire Department, Lynn City Police, and thanks to all. And also thank you to our Bangladeshi community people who is here to enjoy our celebrate our Victory Day. And thank you to our Lynn community here, and we also this is our victory, the 16th December after long liberation war, which was 10 million people crossed the border India, and 3 million people was killed, which is a shaheed. And we definitely never forgot those people who sacrificed their life for the country, for the nations. And we are here because of them. We are here, we are celebrating because of them. 16th December is a victory because they did their job and we are celebrating. So we are here to thank you to all the Bangladeshi community. We enjoy, we are celebrating with the City Hall and Lynn community. Always Lynn community, Lynn City Hall, our supporting Bangladesh community. And every year we celebrating here. This is our pleasure, and this is our big day for us and everybody. And thank you. Again, thank you to everyone.
Okay, he's trying to find out the full. He's trying to find out.
On this week's Community Connector, we highlight the annual Lynn Police Christmas party. Here's this week's Community Connector.
Okay, so today we have the Lynn Children's Christmas Party, Lynn Police Children's Christmas Party. It's a tradition we've had going on
probably close to 30 years, where we hold a Christmas party for children in Lynn, about 500 of them, and we provide a meal and a gift and a grab bag, and generally, based on the behavior of the children, Santa Claus shows up and they give them a gift as they go out the door. We have a little entertainment. Today we're playing movies. We've had magicians over the years. We've had different variety acts singing, whatnot. And it's about 2 or 3 hours. We provide a little Christmas party for them. Just something to give back to the community from the police department. It's a great feeling. I think you'll see almost all the volunteers here are either police officers or their friends or family, giving their time to come down and do this. There's nobody working. Everybody is obviously a volunteer and putting it on. And it's a nice feeling to give back to the community. We see a lot of these people in different circumstances through the year because of our job, and to be able to come back in a happy and good environment like this and see the children, it's awesome. I hope that they see that it's not just one-sided. Sometimes, obviously, the situations that police officers are in with some of these people, unfortunately, aren't positive. But hopefully that they see there is another side, and that it is a very positive side, and that we're just people too, and we go through the same type of experiences, and we love to give back, and that, it's a very good feeling. It's what policing is all about, is building that sense of community with the people that we serve. The department provides the money. It's generally through drug forfeiture money, and that's an allowable situation because we give it, part of the party and part of the presentation we do is a anti-drug presentation here to hopefully get that message out there early, how drugs are killing people, and even at a young age that we need to get kids to understand that drugs are not a good thing. So because it's an anti-drug education program, we're able to use drug forfeiture money to provide and buy the presents. A great turnout. We get we have registered almost 500 every year, and sometimes, depending on the weather, you can see it's pouring rain today. It goes down a little, but we have over 400 children here today, and it's a great turnout. You can hear they're happy, they're having a great time.
Mayor McGee sat down with LCTV to give us his monthly update. Here's Mayor McGee with the city update.
Good afternoon. I hope everyone enjoyed the Thanksgiving holiday and had a chance to spend some time with family and friends. I just want to update you all on a number of exciting things that happened in the past few months. In October, I attended a campaign launch for the Health Connectors open enrollment period. The open enrollment period runs from November 1st to January 23rd of 2020. If you need health coverage, please contact the Health Connector or reach out to the Lynn Community Health Center to get enrolled. The Commonwealth of Massachusetts recently announced a $2 million capital investment in Lynn Tech High School to expand its advanced manufacturing shop floor to provide students with the latest machinery equipment in their education. At the same time, the GE Foundation announced it was making a $2.5 million grant to launch the Advanced Manufacturing Training Expansion Program across the North Shore. Again, all of that's happening at Lynn Tech. Very exciting, and looking forward to that money being spent and that program getting off the ground. It's really identified to address the manufacturing sector workforce skills gap, and is prioritized by the Workforce Skills Cabinet Northeast Regional Blueprint. The aim is to help close the skills gap within the manufacturing industry throughout the North Shore. A few weeks ago, we came together with Governor Baker, the state delegation, as well as city and state officials to announce the funding from the 2019 Mass Works program. infrastructure program to support the Washington Street reconstruction project. We're excited to get to work and provide the public bricks and mortar that will complement the recent and ongoing development that's occurring on Washington Street. Great news. We're really excited about that approval of that grant, and we're getting ready to get that grant in motion. This week I attended an event with Congressman Moulton, members of our state delegation, the HUD Regional Administrator David Tilley, and HUD Division Director Martin Nee, for the announcement of a record $9.3 million in HUD lead hazard reduction and healthy homes funding that's being awarded to the Lynn Housing Authority and the neighborhood development on behalf of the City of Lynn. Recently, the Council voted to accept zoning changes that will allow for the implementation of the Waterfront Master Plan, the Municipal Harbor Plan, and our Waterfront Open Space Plan. Included in these plans for the waterfront are the capping of 30 acres of our landfill to develop it into a public harbor park, construction of a publicly accessible boardwalk the entire length of the shoreline, as well as the facilitation of the best and highest possible uses of Lynn Harbor. Again, exciting news. This week, we had a momentous occasion for the City of Lynn when we came together to celebrate the groundbreaking for North Harbor Breakwater Project, a project 40 years in the making. In fact, the very first piece of legislation I filed as a state senator in 2002 had to do with this property and a land swap, which would help make it a reality. It's exciting to see it finally happening, and it was a big day. This complex project involves both public and private investment, and I'm grateful for everyone who worked diligently to get this across the finish line. It would not have been possible without an incredible amount of collaboration and partnership between a number of state and local departments, the City Council, the state delegation, as well as many people in the private sector. And I want to, in particular, thank my staff as well as the economic development team for the hard work they did over the years to make that project groundbreaking a reality. We look forward to the continuing work that will happen and see those units built over the next year and a half. Again, this is the beginning of our unlocking of our waterfront's potential and its transformation into a vibrant, livable, and accessible mixed-use district. It includes unprecedented public open space, a boardwalk connection to the ferry terminal, a rebuilt seawall, and improved pedestrian access across the Lynnway to the rest of the community. The city currently recently started offering the pay-by-phone app to provide residents with easier way to pay for parking with the pay-by-phone app. I hope people take advantage of this application. With the pay-by-phone app, users simply enter the location code of the desired space, their planned parking duration, and pay. If the user needs to extend the parking time that they're in that spot, they can easily do so with the app, avoiding unnecessary interruptions and also avoiding a parking ticket if you stay longer than the amount of money you'd initially included in the payment. Last month, with the help of the Metropolitan Area Planning Council, we held the Lynn City Summit. It was a great success. That was at North Shore Community College, and the purpose of that summit was to have an opportunity for the public to learn about and discuss topics related to municipal issues and to offer recommendations on how to improve or to solve these issues. This was the first city summit to be held in the city since the 1990s. We had a great turnout, and I was excited to see the residents engaged and providing their input on the issues that affect all of us and the ones that are most important to them. MAPC will compile the data from that, the summit, and from all of the input that we got from our community, and will provide a report of the event and of the discussions that went on at a time in the near future. And finally, as we begin the winter months, we continue to encourage residents to sign up for our public notification platform, and hopefully it'll be on the screen here, at www.smart911.com. It's our rave system. You can select the type of notifications you'd like to receive: school closings, parking bans, weather alerts, missing persons, traffic information, and a number of other important issues of public safety that we need to know and that the community at large needs to have access to. These alerts are specific to the City of Lynn. This is an important point for this. They're protected by the RAVE Mobile Safety and is not shared with any other agency. The service is free. Again, this RAVE program will allow you to stay in touch during numerous emergencies, particularly in the winter, and it will allow you to know up-to-date data and information that will allow you to make the decisions to help you address the emergency situations that impact the city, particularly on the weather side. Again, hopefully you'll sign up for that. It's really an important and great tool for all of us to use. And finally, I want to wish you and your family the best during the upcoming holiday season. I hope you enjoy a safe and enjoyable season as we move into the winter. And I want to thank you for listening and look forward to sharing with you new and important things that are happening in the city over the next few weeks. Again, thank you for your time.
Now for the sports update. The Lynn English Bulldogs began their state title defense last Thursday with a strong offensive and defensive performance in their 95-49 victory over Saugus. The Bulldogs were led by big man Ademide Badmus, who had a double-double with 23 points and 15 rebounds. English used a 29-2 run that began with a 15-2 run to close out the first half. The run continued in the third as English got big baskets from Mason Jean-Baptiste and Jarnell Guzman. Baptiste finished with 19 points, while Guzman had 15 for the Bulldogs. English is back on the court Thursday as they host Peabody. The Lady Bulldogs also picked up a victory over Saugus on the road with a 61-42 victory. Kalia Reynoso led the Lady Bulldogs with 22 points, 6 assists, and 4 steals. Senior Juliana Perry also added 4 steals and 12 points of her own. The Lady Bulldogs are back on the road on Thursday as they take on Peabody. Lynn Classical Rams opened their season this past Friday with a hard-fought victory, 59-56 victory over Salem. The Rams were led by Brandon Summers and Jeff Barbosa, who each had 13 points for the game. Jeffrey Hill added 11 points for the Rams. With about 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, the Rams had an 11-point lead until Salem used a late run to cut the lead to 59-56. A last-second three-point attempt from Bobby Jellison to send the game to overtime fell short. Classical travels to Winthrop tonight for an NEC matchup. The Lady Rams are also 1-0 on the season as they went into Salem and got a 44-19 victory. Amber Creighton led the Rams with 13 points, and Jean Grupton Morrison added 8 points, 13 rebounds, and 4 steals. The Lady Rams are back on the court tonight as they take on Winthrop. On Sunday, the St. Mary's Spartans avenged their postseason loss as they defeated Drake at 76-36. Joey Abet had a game-high 22 points, and Sammy Baptiste added 14 points. The Spartans are 2-0 on the season, and they look to go 3-0 as they host New Bedford tonight. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. The Lady Spartans picked up back-to-back wins as they defeated Andover on Sunday 59-41 and followed that with an 83-40 victory over Austin Prep Monday night. Maya Bergdorf poured in a game-high 18 points Monday night, and Olivia Matilla added 11 points for the Lady Spartans. It was a game of runs for the Lady Spartans as they used a 20-7 run that stretched from the first quarter and into the second quarter. In the second half, it was more of the same as the Spartans opened the half with a 12-0 run that stretched the lead to 66-24. The Lady Spartans, who are now 2-1 on the season, will travel to South Hadley Friday for the Hoosac Valley Christian Christmas Tournament. The Boston Celtics look to end their 2-game losing streak as they take on Dallas Mavericks in Dallas Wednesday night. The Celtics suffered their first home loss of the season this past Thursday to the 76ers. The Sixers' size proved to be a problem for the Celtics as Joel Embiid had a season-high 38 points, 13 rebounds, and 6 assists. The Celtics are now 0-2 on the season against Philadelphia. No Luka Doncic, no problem for the Dallas Mavericks as they went into Milwaukee and ended the Bucks' 18-game winning streak with a 120-116 victory. Kristaps Porzingis and Seth Curry each had 26 points and each knocked down 4 three-pointers in the game. Porzingis also added 12 rebounds. Milwaukee big man Giannis Antetokounmpo had a game-high 48 points to go along with 14 rebounds. This was the Bucks' first loss since November 8 when they fell to the Jazz 103-100. The Bucks will look to start a new streak Thursday night as they take on the red-hot Los Angeles Lakers, who have yet to lose on the road this season. Tip-off is at 8 p.m. Congratulations to New Orleans Saints quarterback Drew Brees on setting the all-time NFL record for touchdown passes last night during the Saints' 34-7 victory over the Indianapolis Colts. Brees threw 4 touchdowns during the game, which gives him 541 touchdown passes for his career, passing Peyton Manning's 539 touchdown passes. Saints receiver Michael Thomas is now 10 receptions away from tying Marvin Harrison's single-season reception record of 143 and has a chance to break the record against the Tennessee Titans this Sunday. On this week's Lynn Lowdown, we sat down with Lieutenant Paul Ricchi. Here is this week's Lowdown. Lowdown. I'm your host, Mukala Kabongo, and today we have Lieutenant Paul Ricchi with us today, and he is here to talk about Lynn's the new alert system in the city of Lynn. How you doing today?
Pretty good.
How they go? Snow. So you know how it goes. So the city has this new alarm system. So tell me a little about what got the city to get this program.
So part of my job as emergency management director is public notification. Huge part of my job is letting people know anything unusual that's going on in the city, from winter snow bans to missing persons. And we need the capability to alert people, a large number of people, and swiftly as possible. We did have an old, so we've always had people call it a reverse 911 system, things of that nature. But over the last couple of years, we've noticed that more and more people just aren't using their landlines anymore. So we wanted to find a system that was able to send out emails, texts, also landlines, because people still do have landlines. A lot of people still do have landlines. But we partnered with Rave Mobile Safety, which offers this smart 911 system, which allows us to send information out in a matter of, takes a little while because it has to make a number of calls, but texts, emails, whatever type of way you want to communicate. So it's just a great system for us to be able to alert people when there's an emergency.
And the system is available for everyone throughout the city of Lynn.
Everybody throughout the city, and it doesn't cost a dime. So it's very versatile system as far as just how we post the messages. So.
Is it kind of almost similar to the national system that everybody usually gets when there's something national?
Well, that's the emergency alert system. It does link into that, but the emergency alert system, there's only certain agencies that have access to that. Like I believe the FCC does, FEMA does, so they can blast out information to the certain segments of the nation, the whole nation. But we could also, if we needed to, we could leverage that and if we needed to. And it does link into that.
So for people that sign up to get the service, so tell me how it works. So they sign up, they get it now. What happens next?
So so what they would do and I get calls almost every day. Last night I was getting calls, people asking me about snow bans, for instance, and I'm always using it as an opportunity to plug the system. So they would go to smart911.com, and there's a sign up tab. You just sign up. And it's going to ask you a bunch of information. It's going to ask you your name, your address. It also asks a lot of information that I think some people are concerned about it because it seems like, why do they need to know if I'm on oxygen? Or why do they need to know if I have any animals? And the reason why we need to know this, what we'd like to know this, is not because we're trying to keep track of what you're doing, but it's great to know when people have functional needs, like if they're on oxygen or they're on dialysis, because we're able to contact them in an emergency to see if they're okay.
And it's also easier for y'all just to know, how to help or
absolutely.
If you know what kind of
what type of needs they have. Absolutely. I mean, if they have animals and we need to set up a shelter, I mean, we have to take into consideration that people have animals too, and we might have to shelter their animals. So it's just a way for us to get information to assist the public in an emergency.
And it says here, the types of alerts people will receive when they get this is anything severe happening, safety risk, health risk, transportation disruption, special event information.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then the test messages, those are just testing out the system.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't use this, usually I'll test it in the beginning of it, like before the hurricane season. Before it's most heavily utilized in the winter.
Yeah.
People can sign up for any type of information they want. If they want traffic information, like I put out some information this weekend about the water leak on the Lynnway.
Yeah.
I try not to bombard people with information like this. Isn't to advertise like community bake sales and things, but it is anything that's going to impact the city as a whole. It doesn't have to be a dire emergency. It could be, hey, the Lynnway is shut down, but the Lynnway being shut down can impact the city and impact traffic.
Like, for instance, like, I don't know if you guys did it, like the accident that happened last night, would that be something that you guys would send out?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I work pretty closely with I work with the police department, with the mayor's office. I mean, they'll contact me and I'll, for instance, if there's an impactful traffic event, their traffic officer might contact me and say, hey, I think this would be worth us putting a message out for.
Yeah, the perfect example was the water main break last week, right?
Yeah. And exactly, I mean, but it works as well as the number of people that are signed up for the system. Like I said, I've been asked before, how many people do you want signed up for the system? And it's like, how many people are there in Lynn? If there's 100,000 people in Lynn, that's how many people I want signed up for it. So.
Now, where exactly, where do they go to sign up?
So they will go to smart911.com. It's right, you can go right online. You can go on your computer, and there's also an app that you can, whatever type of phone you have, be it Android, iOS, to the App Store. And there's a Smart 911 app, which it just increases the functionality of the Smart 911 a little bit. So it'll push weather alerts out to you.
Yeah.
Also, if you're signed up for Smart 911 and say you're not specifically signed up for Lynn Alerts, but you have the Smart 911 app on your phone, and you're coming in from Worcester to see your family on 4th of July, and we're putting out messaging about the fireworks display. If you're in Lynn, if you have the app, it will send you any alerts we're sending out. So you don't necessarily need to be signed up for the system. If you have the app, I mean, I encourage everybody to sign up for the app, because you can go in and you can edit information. You can take your name off lists, add your name to lists. Like right now I have a missing persons list. I have a parking ban list. So you can decide what type of information you want to get.
Yeah, like this time of the year, this type of thing is very important, because the weather.
Oh yeah,
and the school cancellations and the, as you said, the parking ban. So this is kind of like the perfect time for people to have the app and utilize it.
And we even, I mean, a lot of the when I send out a message, the landline messages that I send out, a lot of that data, the landline data, has been transferred over from the old system we have. So especially with my phone message, you'll notice at the end, I'm always telling people to go sign up for smart911.com. It's the way the city communicates, because it is the way the city communicates. I mean, you can depend on the fact that the information that we send out is, emergency information. Any information it trickles, it's from the mayor's office, public safety departments, DPW, so it's accurate information. So the information we send out is the real deal, as opposed to social media. A lot of times it can be accurate, but sometimes it's not. So.
And also, it could be quicker with the updates than with social media, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes social media, you have to wait just to get the go-to or get the exact information, but with this, it's just like
it's fairly. I mean, I hate to call anything real time, but it's pretty close to real time. I mean, as soon as we make decisions to our emergency, especially like snow emergencies, a lot of times we'll have our emergency management group meet and we'll make our decisions. But after the decisions are made, one of the big things at the end is what's the messaging to the public, and then I can go out and do that.
So what has been the response so far that you've received from this? What are some of the things
for the people that have signed up for it, the feedback. I went to that event at North Shore Community College a couple weeks ago, just the City of Lynn Summit, and people love it because you know, it's a text on your phone. Like if you're coming home from Boston, and, you know, you want to, geez, how you get a text, there's an on-street parking ban. You might not be happy about that, but at least you know ahead of time, right?
Yeah, that's definitely a good thing to know about the parking ban. You don't want to come out with a ticket. But so, do you guys make changes to it daily, or is there upgrades to it?
So it's really driven by the customer. So I have the biggest thing I've done is a lot of, you know, it's a big system, so people are in the system that don't want to receive alerts anymore. So I'll have to go in and change information for them sometimes. But for the most part, if you go into smart911.com, you sign up, and if you have the app, they'll send you information every 6 months. They'll call you, they'll send you an email message, and they'll say, you know, is this information still correct? Review your information. And that's a great part of the system, because the old system, there was really no way to do that. So, you know, there's numbers in there people move, and there's numbers in there that weren't active anymore. And if you're calling numbers that aren't active anymore, it takes longer to send the alert out. So the system's a lot more flexible.
Okay, and it's an everyday thing for you just to maintain it, right?
Yeah, I'm always looking at the numbers. My big thing is how many people are signed up for it. It's been over the past few weeks, we've had like 1,000 people sign up. It's still you know, about 3,000 people subscribe to it, but we have 27,000 landlines, so it's more landline based now. Even that's fine. I mean, people definitely can get alerts through it, but almost everybody has a cell phone. I mean, not everybody does, but almost everybody does. So it's just a lot more versatile and flexible of a system.
All right, and one more time, for those that want to sign up for it, please tell them again where they go to sign up for it.
Just go to smart911.com.
Smart911.com.
Yeah.
Get all the alerts in the city, parking bans, snow emergencies, missing children. It's good if you have an elderly, if you have a grandparent that may need it. It's good for the grandparents.
That's a great point. One last thing is you can sign, if you have an elderly parent that lives in the city, you could sign up for the system, and you'll get those alerts too. So you'll know what's going on in the city if you don't happen to live with them. So it's a pretty good system.
All right, this is definitely a good thing that's going happening in the city. So everybody go Smart911, get the app, subscribe, all that. You want to get as much people subscribe to it and have it as possible. Save yourself the trouble. All right. I want to thank Lieutenant Ricchi for coming here on a snowy day here in Lynn, Massachusetts. And we will see you guys another time. Have a great day. And now time for some upcoming local events. On Wednesday, December 18th from 4:30 p.m. until 7 p.m., Operation Military Smiles will be taking place at City Hall. During this time, there will be a free toy shop for veterans, military, and Gold Star families. Donations are being accepted at Lynn City Hall in room 101. This event is an adult-only event. RSVP is required but not encouraged. The Greater Lynn Senior Services will be holding its monthly In the Moment Memory Cafe at the Lynn Museum on Thursday, December 19th from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. In the Moment Memory Cafe is a monthly program that provides opportunities to network and connect with caregiver support specialists. On Friday, December 20th, the Salvation Army's Addiction Support Group will be having their monthly meeting on 1 Franklin Street from 6 p.m. until 7 p.m. The support group is a biblical and balanced program and support group for all struggling with any addictive behaviors or habits. This is an adult-only meeting, and light dinner will be served. The Food Project's Winter Market will be returning on December 21st at North Shore Community College from 11 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. This will be the first of 3 winter markets that will take place at North Shore Community College. On Christmas Eve, the 33rd Annual Christmas Eve Parade will take place in the City of Lynn. The parade will begin at 5 p.m. and start on Austin Square. To view the parade route, visit the Lynn TV blog on the LCTV website. LCTV will be presenting holiday programming every Saturday until Christmas. This year's programming will feature classic Christmas cartoons, 2018 Lynn Christmas Eve Parade, Scrooge and Carols, and Cookie's Holiday Concert. To find out more about the program, visit the LCTV website. LCTV's next Paramount film series will take place on Monday, January 13th. The movie choice for January will be The Emperor's New Groove. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. Movie begins at 7 p.m. Free popcorn and beverages will be available. Thank you for watching the LCTV News. Like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit us at lyntv.org to watch any show anytime on your computer, tablet, or phone. Happy New Year's, everybody. This is our last broadcast of the year, and we will see everybody back here in 2020. Hope you all have a safe and happy holidays. I'm Mukala Kabongo. Have a great day.